Did you know that 63% of millennials regret not saving more in their 20s? Imagine if you could go back and avoid the biggest financial mistakes most people make. What would you do differently? Let's talk about the advice I wish I had at 25 that could have changed everything. Welcome back to Simply Money. Your 20s are the most important decade for building wealth, but most people don't realize it until it's too late. If I could go back, here's what I'd tell my 25-year-old self to avoid years of financial stress. Now, let me paint you a little picture. At 25 years old, I had been married for 5 years. I had my second son. A third one was on the way in a few more years. We were on a single income in a nonprofit organization, not making a lot of money as I was going back to school. We weren't rolling in the dough, to say the least. But even so, there are some things I definitely could have done better, and I wish I had. I'm not letting it stop me. I've been making up ground for years now, and I'm thankful for the lessons I have learned. But if you're in your 20s, here's a little advice from an older guy that maybe could save you some regret when you're older. See, most young people struggle with money because they don't learn personal finance in school. They don't learn how to budget. They don't understand what a budget is and how to manage their money on a day-to-day basis. They fall into debt traps, credit cards, car loans, lifestyle inflation. They think they have plenty of time to save and invest because when you're 25, you think, I'm going to live forever. I don't have to worry about it. I'll always be energetic. I'll always have all this energy. I'll always be young. I'll always be vibrant. Well, guess what? One day you're going to wake up and you're going to think that you just ran a marathon, but all you did was roll over wrong in bed. And all the older folks, throw a comment down below because you hear what I'm saying there. I remember when I was 25, I could run. I could do all sorts of things that I wish I could do as vigorously today. I'm still keeping active, but not at the same level. See, we fall into that thinking, I have more time. I'll go ahead and enjoy it now, and I'll pay it off later. It sets us up into that lifestyle inflation cycle. They also think they have plenty of time just to invest. Like, well, I'll get to it later. I'm going to enjoy life now. I'll invest and prepare for retirement later. That's just not how it works. The longer you wait, the more painful it'll become, the harder it becomes. And they don't realize that compound interest rewards early action. See, the problem, by the time they realize it, and by the time I realized it, you've lost decades of financial growth. I'll give you a quick example. I'm going to confess on myself. I fell trapped to the debt trap. I was going to school. I was learning. Now, all you younger folks are going to laugh because this is old school stuff. But when I was in my early 20s, I bought an encyclopedia set. Yes, that's right. I fell for the encyclopedia door-to-door salesman. Back in the day, I was going to school. I didn't want to have to go to the library to look up things to help me on research papers, etc., etc. Excuse. I didn't need it. It was a convenience, and I thought it'd look nice in my school library office. Well, guess what? Back then, $2,000. That $2,000 would be worth at least $30,000 today if I had simply taken that same $2,000 and placed it into the S&P 500. So that encyclopedia set did not cost me $2,000. That encyclopedia set cost me $30,000. See, if the salesman had come to me and said, hey, look, it'll save you going to the library. It'll give you all sorts of access to information you need as you're writing papers and researching things. And it'll only cost you $30,000. I would have laughed at him, said, nope, sorry, see you later. Because I didn't think about the future cost that I lost. That's where we fall into the debt trap and the loss of opportunity. See, we often only think about the immediate cost, but we don't think about the loss of opportunity of growth with that same money. And that's something I wish I had learned and heard and understood in my 20s. So here's some couple things I wish I'd done differently at 25. One, I wish I started investing ASAP. Even $10 a day would have been $1 million by now. $10 a day. Okay, maybe I couldn't afford $10 a day because I was young, I was married, had 2 young kids going to school, etc., etc., etc. Even $10 a week. I didn't invest at all in my 20s. Why? Because I was strapped. But there was things I did spend money on, like an encyclopedia set, that I did not need and I could have invested. I wish I had started investing early and just made that small little commitment early. That's okay. I'm making up for it now. But if you're in your 20s, please hear me. You're losing out not only the value of what you're spending, but the future growth of that value as well. Second thing I wish I'd learned was avoiding bad debt. I wish I could say the encyclopedia was the only thing I spent money on and used debt for that I shouldn't have, but it's not. Like many people in my 20s, I used credit cards. I paid for things on a credit card and then would pay them back. And then guess what? I was paying more than I actually should have because I was paying interest. So the debt, the high interest, car loans, those types of things can keep you broke for years. If you have that, pay it off and pay it off fast. If you don't have it, avoid it at all cost. The third thing I wish I'd learned, if I could go back and tell my 25-year-old self something, I'd say, dude, budget like a boss. Get on a budget. Not just know where your money's going, not just make sure your bills are paid, but set up a plan, set up a goal, and stick to that. Write it out. Each paycheck, each month, know what your budget is and live within that budget. Something simple like the 50-30-20 rule, where 50% would have gone to the needs of like house and clothing and food. 30% would have gone to wants like entertainment and vacations, etc. And 20% to savings and investing, because this can help avoid living paycheck to paycheck. And the earlier you can get out of that paycheck to paycheck cycle, the stronger your financial situation will become. The fourth thing I wish I had done was build an emergency fund. That's right. See, I wouldn't have had to use my credit card a lot of times when the car broke down or something in the house needed fixing, or one of the kids had a medical bill, whatever the case may be, if I had built a 3 to 6 month expense in savings to prevent financial disasters or financial setbacks when life throws a curveball. See, I wouldn't have needed to go into debt. I wouldn't have needed to use my credit cards if I'd prepared and set up an emergency fund early. I didn't start doing that till much later in life. I wish I'd started in my 20s. It would have given me that head start. And then that $10 a day or $10 a week, whatever it would have been so much easier to find once I got that emergency fund set up. Number 5 is to increase your income. Don't just cut your expenses. Focus on earning more through skill building, job changes, and side hustles. Now, I'm going to give myself credit on this one. I think I did pretty well with this. Increase my skills. Went to college and I have 3 master's degrees. I was constantly looking at ways to increase my skills. I changed jobs to increase my income when available, but I worked in a nonprofit sector, which isn't a very profitable career. But I did it for job fulfillment. I did it for life fulfillment. But I also always had side hustles. I was constantly looking for ways to make extra money. With 3 young children, with a wife who was a stay-at-home mother, working full-time in the house, homeschooling our kids, we had to find ways to make extra income. So I would go mow lawns. I would go substitute in schools. I did all sorts of different things throughout the years to try to help supplement and earn extra income. So I give myself credit on that. Would have been a lot easier if I'd avoided the debt trap, if I'd set up the emergency fund. So yes, there's areas we can improve. You may need to improve on all 5 of these. You may only need to improve on 1 or 2 of these. My goal is to help you to improve. And if you're over 25, you're in your 30s, 40s, maybe like me in your 50s, you might be like, well, why am I watching this video? I don't need to know what to do when I'm 25. It's too late. No, it's not too late. If you're not doing those things now, even more so you need to start. You think the cost of missing out on it when you're 25 is great. The cost of not doing it when you're 50 or 60 is far greater, because your retirement is creeping up on you very rapidly. And it's time to get these things in order and start doing them to prepare. So there's never a time that it's not good to start. The younger you are, the better the time it is to start. I just want to encourage you that you may have done some of these, and you may be, if you're 25, doing some of these, but look at ways to improve and set yourself up financially for a better future. At 25, I thought saving a little here and there was enough. But when I saw how investing early could turn small amounts into hundreds of thousands of dollars, it changed my mindset. See, if you started investing $200 a month at 25, you could have $700,000 by retirement. But if you wait till you're 35, that drops to $375,000. Now, you might be thinking, wow, $375,000, that'll be nice. Yes, that is good, but it's almost half of what you could have by starting 10 years earlier. The earlier you start, the easier wealth building becomes, so don't wait. The best time to take control of your finances was yesterday. The next best time is today. Learn from my mistakes. Invest early, avoid debt, and grow your income. What's the best financial advice you've ever received? Throw a comment down below. If you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me out, and I do appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so when a new video comes out, you're notified. And we'll see you next time on Simply Money.